Hi guys, welcome back to Wip Hobbies. My name is Edwin. So today we're gonna talk about White Dwarf 500 anniversary. This channel is sponsored by Underground Hobby. Please feel free to check out the link below. Once you click the link, it will direct you to the Lazada e-merchant. So from there, you can purchase Games Workshop product and also paint and also other kind of board games. If you'd like to support this channel, please feel free to check them out. Anniversary. So we know White Dwarf actually started back in the old days, which is 1977. And then they actually started off just black and white. If I'm not mistaken, like around 24 pages. It's just a very simple. Then it evolved through the years to today. We know that actually White Dwarf in the middle, especially when back in 2014, actually White Dwarf got like slightly discontinued because the popularity start to go down because it's just all pure battle reports or those articles, but somehow it did not attract people to view. Current White Dwarf involved, actually I'm quite happy because now actually what people want to buy the book, or you need to give a reason why you want the book, because now they start to give a lot exclusive mission pack, exclusive scenario, or probably even exclusive stats for certain special character to play in the specialist game like Curse City, like boarding action. So this is what makes White Dwarf still have certain value. Or you like to play a very specific scenario or narrative, you can always get from White Dwarf. So this time White Dwarf have so to celebrate a White Dwarf, they actually finally came out a proper miniature. It's actually not those cheap off, rip off. And we know through the history, I still have few of the White Dwarf. Here I can show from the first White Dwarf miniatures. First White Dwarf miniatures, you guys can check out the White Dwarf back in 1979. They came out a very one generic version. This is the version that I didn't manage to get it also. But if I have the opportunity, I will grab this miniature also. So 200 issue White Dwarf, I actually very lucky. I actually do have this miniature. It's still in blister. We probably gonna make another box opening and also a painting in another day. Then French 100 issue White Dwarf. I also have these miniatures, but it's of course in second hand. Lastly, 2007, which is 30th anniversary of Games Workshop, anniversary White Dwarf, Grombrindal, Gotrek, and Bugsman. Unfortunately, I did not manage to get this, but I'm still hunting it for future. And we also, lastly, now we have all pure resin of variant, which is Space Grombrindal in 2009, Pilot on 2010, Pirate. One is Pilot, one is Pirate. Pirate is 2011. And then we have Director in 2012. Then 2013 is going to be the Witch Hunter, which I also lucky I also managed to get this White Dwarf. And lastly, I feel this is a very cheap, lazy way of Dragon Slayer White Dwarf, which is actually they just use the existing model back in the old world and they just declare a White Dwarf. Then lastly, back in quite slightly recent, Space Marine 2017. And the Blood Bowl 2018. I did not manage to get the Blood Bowl one, but I probably will get in my collection for future. To more recent time, which is Tech Priest in 2019, and now finally in 2024, we have our anniversary White Dwarf issued, Grombrindal White Dwarf. And now we're gonna unbox it and see what we inside this big pack of White Dwarf. They say this is actually more thick, and then we will start to see is there anything cool stuff, what cool scenario here, and this will be added into our cool collection. In the same time, I also managed to get into Publica to get the pin of the White Dwarf 500. It's definitely a cool collection into ours, and now we will start unbox and review. So this is actually the latest White Dwarf. To be frank, looking at the covers, it looks really nice, quite cool. Definitely all new posts finally, and to be honest, this is slightly similar to Gotrek, and they have a very cool bases also. They also have a very nice cape, everything, all new design, and I'm quite happy with it. Even you can see here, actually they actually have the cover of the book. I actually did have the book. I actually did have the hardcover book of the White Dwarf. This is one of my collection of my Black Library and hardcover. Everything still sealed, but because I know White Dwarf is pretty much like a AOS or back in the Citadel, this is our poster boy. So for future, probably I'll put this as a background, as a frame.
Then once we assemble our miniatures, we can display right in front. So now this is the back of the miniatures. I'm pretty sure we have almost all rules for almost all available game, except maybe Necromunda, but probably Warcry, Age of Sigmar, I believe even 40k, and most important is the Curse City, the Old World. All these definitely have the White Dwarf rules, and once we assemble, we can even use them. So now here also have a slight description of our White Dwarf background. And here is just mostly small information warning. And now let's check out the book first. Oh yeah, also same, I got this pin from Publica. This is a limited pin. It's for celebrating White Dwarf 500. It's a collectible coins. I get this because as a collector, definitely we try to finish our collection. We want to able to have everything. So this is only able to get from a Warhammer official store. So for Malaysia, please you guys can feel free to go to Patrick shop, and then you guys technically grab while you still can, because I definitely know this is a limited release. So now finally we come to the magazine. This is our 192 pages milestone issue. This is issue 500. Could say it's like a exclusive or anniversary release. So without further ado, let's open. I probably gonna open from bottom. Let's see, is there any better way that I will not damage it? Okay, so I just cut open the bottom side. Okay, before we open, we also can look through the cover. So front definitely is White Dwarf bunker. This is something new. Then I believe this is more into scenario for Imperial and Necron. Mostly battle reports, normal stuff. This probably actually show you some review on the White Dwarf, back lore stories. This is show you more about the heavy metal. Probably is the latest Golden Demon or those diorama. Then I think this is probably more rules or narrative. This is where it's exclusive. You can say actually almost everything is about White Dwarf this time. So let's check out. Let's start opening them. Oh, it's actually quite tight. I try to slowly bring them out. I try to keep the book in prestige condition. Okay, so finally we get out the book. This is the cover and this is the book. You can see, oh, to be frank now, the cover actually is glossy. It's the hardcover. And you can see the word 500 very flashy. I definitely like it. So far, the entire book condition for me look fair. Definitely not mean, not perfect condition, but it's a fair lah. For we know GW, it's not doing very good, especially in postage recently. Okay, so definitely this is a discount code. Behind, definitely we have a code here. Later you can purchase stuff in merchandise 15% off. So this is we have first mission pack, Siege Bridge special scenario for, I believe this is for the Necrons and the Imperium. Okay, so this is the narrative. I believe now the words, everything clear. You guys can always feel free to zoom in to check out. This is a battle plan. And right behind is also, I believe, is a scenario. This is called Siege Bridge, Siege Break. And this is the mission rules, there's objective, and also they will tell you how you should deploy them and put your objective. Finally, this is a very cool whole card. I'm actually glad that they just cut out, they actually leave it to you. So this is a cool scenario for you. This is definitely for Curse City. You can play White Dwarf in Curse City. And this is for your, I believe this is just normal AOS. You can just use this as an AOS style. And a nice, cool poster. And this is when he technically into a second stage. And now we have Warcry cards, and also I believe this is Underworld. You finally have Underworld cards, and also maybe a specific spells and playstyle for him. So here you can see they actually so never cut up for you. For me, actually this doing very well because you can protect the card better and it's more easy to transport. I'll probably just keep this page prestige like this as a collection. And I'm not too sure about this because I didn't really play this Munchkin, but good to have additional card or accessories. Now let's come into the box inside. So here at the beginning, you can see this is just a normal White Dwarf intro. And they're just gonna show you a review. Now here is Bunker. Oh, so here they start to have slight more, I mean like more like a home, not really homebrew lah. It's like an official but a slightly different style of playing you can try. Then here also show you can prepare for Army and Parade, Crusade campaign. Let me just go through to see is there any things. Oh, actually there's also a siege break here that they give you another cheat code cover so you can always refer back. And this is a game plan for, I believe is AOS. And this is Underworld. Let me just glance through. This is still old style, teach you how to paint the steps. And now we did show you the cool collection, all White Dwarf previously. I think this is a poster. Whoa, this is actually a very cool poster. I can probably try to frame it. Wow, okay, this is a huge poster. Technically White Dwarf on Under the Trees, and right behind we have a full White Dwarf collection from the ancient first issue cover all the way to the current latest. I think I probably will frame it up. It looked really cool. I think this is a very nice poster also. It's truly just show you the magazine of White Dwarf, the entire history of it. You can see from very beginning they are just black and white. They are just black and white, a single color paper. Then slowly they evolved into probably like a short note stories. Then slowly only they start to go into battle reports, laws, and I remember there's a certain stage where White Dwarfs is not so popular and they try to redo the entire things. So we know that White Dwarf went back in the, I'm not sure, probably around this era or this era. We know actually White Dwarf sales actually drops because things is all the same. People have no reason to actually to get a White Dwarf. So ever since the Age of Sigmar start to revamp, and you can see Games Workshop getting very aggressive to start market new sculpt, new stuff, and new game system where things start to boom up and now make it up to current GW. So we continue to check out our inner book. So this is more boarding action rules. This is what I mean that I personally still enjoy they give you this boarding action stuff. They give you a lot of narrative. You can let even people who like to play short games, a simple queue teams, you can have a very more narrative gameplay. Then here they show you technically the community, other people how they paint their armies. Very cool. I really hope one day my channel, my miniature collections are able to show in White Dwarf. I hope this one day will come. Then here also show you some very cool diorama and also the displays. This look really cool. Oh, they even make a freaking cannon. That's a very nice idea. I could even take it cut. Then let's continue, have a look. They now even have some miniature comic. Actually, personally, I quite appreciate they do this thing. It's something quite new and interesting. Okay, so this is also another mission in Q-Team for our this White Dwarf. Here also we can check out. This is the mission rules. And technically this is tell you that you can add in, I think this is just a deployment and show you a new narrative how you can start play, and you might even can, of course at the same time this is a skill team, you cannot bring monster and vehicle. And this is the deployment zone and the roofs. You guys can always pause and have a look. This is also same thing. This is more like a mission report. I mean battle report mission. You guys also can try to play this narrative. Everything here is actually give you a scenario on how you guys can test out and play. And this is okay. Now we here have more actual history of the White Dwarf from issue number 1 back in 1977. Then it slowly grow, and you can start to see slowly they add in more context. I maybe have this miniature, but actually this miniature is not actual White Dwarf. Is they make a dwarf in a roleplay adventure, technically a dwarf warrior, but the sculpt is similar to this. So I once have mistaken this actually is another White Dwarf miniature came out. And this also previously I also make a cover for this issue for the Deadwing. Then we also have a look more. This is unfortunately I probably didn't have that. I might have don't have the White Dwarf issue, but I'm happy to say I do have the miniature. So one day this is gonna be also, we can make it to one episode and to paint it up. And this is 2004. Finally we have a White Dwarf, another more White Dwarf miniature. So look at this terrain projects, look freaking cool. I do have this in 2017. I managed to get this White Dwarf. Then let's see, this is show you more of the, oh, this is look really cool. From first look you thought this may be like the actual old style, but no, it's actually just recent miniatures display. They technically put everything's into the cover. Wow, I actually trying to do something like this in one day, but we're gonna make another conversion similar to this. And let's see behind what else we have. Now finally we have the rules for White Dwarf. Now starting, we have legendary rules. This is for our Age of Sigma. This is our White Dwarf. That's 400 points. To be frank, it's very expensive, but usually hit on 3+, rank 2, damage 3. Not bad. You have potential able to deal 15 damage. And under rank 2, so you actually might have a chance. And unmodified rolls of 6, you actually scores 2 hit instead of 1. So there's an explosion of 6. Oh, this guy actually can start to kill monster. This might actually can compete Gotrek into killing big stuff or even hordes, because it can just ditch out so many damage. And then this is a scenario for a mini game you can do to play with your White Dwarf. Here we can see now, this is, I think this is a goblin horde that you guys can try to play around and to play. This is Gates. And now this is also a cool scenario. You guys can always pause the video to have a close-up to read the rules. Then this is actually the Underworld. I actually have not explored Underworld, but those who really tried, please can feel free to comment and say how the games feels like in the current one. This is Warcry. We also have quests for our White Dwarf to play. And this is finally one-man army. Technically, you can play a Cursed City just only with White Dwarf. He probably strong enough to do everything, and he can kick the entire Cursed City. So here we finally have a full review of every single white dwarf that have been released. Then here finally we'll show you step by step how you can paint them. And even to show you how to paint the face. To be frank, look really interesting and cool. And even show you how you can paint the axe and the cape and technically almost everything. Here have a small narrative stories for Age of Sigmars. It look like for sisters. For some reason my pictures is damaged. I don't understand. It's like soaked in water or what. Or it's just the printing because it's all pure dark. Then we continue go through behind. This is a very cool Slave of Darkness people doing his army for display. And this is a very beautiful collection for terrain. So there's more like library sneak peek for others. And lastly, this is the end for the White Dwarf Anniversary 500. So to be honest, this is a very cool collection. As a collector, this is definitely a must go, especially if you like to collect those Citadel or Games Workshop stuff. And most important, if you like the dwarf, especially the White Dwarf, this is a must go. So now we also will start heading to check out our box opening for our White Dwarf. So let's start unbox. So I would like to start from the bottom. I think I slowly have a habit that if you like to unboxing it, always start from the bottom side. And now start to cut out the plastic. So inside the box, I think there's only a sprue and instruction. Yeah, that's all. So one thing nice, they actually give you really context based already. You don't really have to do your basing or any other things. This is actually, it didn't really show, oh, this is actually also manufactured in 2024. Can we actually see? Yeah. I remove everything so the camera can start auto focus to the wording. Okay, so you can see this is 2024. Just very mildly here. Then we have almost all the thing. It's just in all one sprue. That's all for today. So if you really enjoyed this episode, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And please don't forget to click the like button and the follow button. And most important, the subscribe button so you'll not miss out other future cool content. So that's all. See ya.